Hi everybody, it's Richard from Dicking About, and I am 50 years old, and 5 weeks ago I started a YouTube channel. 5 weeks ago. I have 500 subscribers and over 15,000 minutes of watch time for my videos. If you're surprised by that, so am I. YouTube is weird, and it's weird in a really good way. And I'm going to share some of the stuff I've learned. I'm a professional marketing and PR consultant. I've got 20 years experience in marketing, and YouTube breaks a lot of rules. It doesn't make sense in a lot of ways. The biggest thing is to get your head around the fact that YouTube isn't the product. YouTube is a mechanism to get to the product. YouTube is a search engine. And once you get your head around the fact that YouTube is a search engine, you then start to make some sense of the fact that it doesn't matter how many people are on it. In pure marketing terms, there is no way a 50-year-old with no experience of sitting in front of a camera delivering anything should be able to set up a channel and have some early success. You know, compared to people who do it well, you know, I am the smallest minnow in the pond, but I'm there and I'm swimming around. As a professional marketeer, YouTube makes no sense. It is a saturated marketplace. There are millions of people doing largely the same thing. You never enter a saturated marketplace. What's the point? Your little voice will get lost amongst the others. I personally don't have a particular USP, a unique selling proposition. It's just me. I don't do anything really better than anyone else. My channel is about some of the stuff I dig about with, whether it's mountain biking. I am not the best in the world. Kayak fishing, fly fishing, general DIY. I am not the best at any of those things, and yet it doesn't matter. There are also no barriers to entry with setup costs, with advertising. I'm using a GoPro 7 Black. I was going to buy it anyway to film some of the stuff I do on my mountain bike, so that was a pretty reasonable expense that I probably would have made anyway. I've got a little gadget that puts one light on to help the lighting. I'm aware I'm still very naive when it comes to lighting. And a little microphone attachment for the sound if you're filming outside. Apart from that, there's software to use to edit the videos. I picked one called Camtasia. I'd used it previously in some work I did a couple of years ago, so I vaguely knew how it worked, so I bought that. That was probably a couple of £100. So effectively, to get into a brand new marketplace that is completely saturated, I was able to do it with an outlay of 500 quid and basically get up and running. Some of the other marketing rules that YouTube just throws out the window. Again, think about it. It's a search engine, remember that. Actually, I was wondering whether I was the right profile. I am not young or pretty. My mother will argue to her dying day that both of those things aren't true, but YouTube isn't the preserve of just people you would see on the telly. Effectively, I am starting my own TV channel. You can start your own TV channel. It's about you. Your unique selling proposition is just you. You may do things the same way as someone else. It doesn't matter. It's you doing them, not them. So that's very important. You don't have to fit a profile. To say you're the wrong market or the wrong profile for YouTube is a bit like saying you're the wrong market or profile for Google. Google doesn't care what you type into search, as long as you type into search something. YouTube is the same. When I now do absolutely anything, DIY, a new hobby, a new sport, I will Google it and it always comes up with a YouTube video. Once I'm then in the YouTube domain, I will watch 3, 4, 5, 20 videos about that. Lots of different people sharing their knowledge. And that's why it's so powerful. Because actually you're not restricted in, you look at the top video and that's it. It's important when you're starting to get your head around the fact that people are consuming a product but they're not buying it. What do I mean by that? Even I thought that sounded a bit flaky. You don't watch one video. You don't have to choose to watch one video and that's the only video you get to watch. If you're trying to buy a camera, you have to make a decision over which camera to buy. You are not going to buy 4 or 5 or 20 250, 300 pound cameras. So you have to narrow your choice. With YouTube, you don't have to. If you want to know how to change a light bulb, you can watch one video, think, I know how to do it. You can watch 50 videos if you want to. It doesn't cost you anything apart from your time. There's no investment. So it doesn't matter if 1,000 people have made that video. You might choose to look at one guy and think, I like the way he talks, I like the way he shows me, he zooms in on X, Y, Z. It doesn't matter. So when you're starting a channel, I think get your head around the fact that it doesn't matter if you're doing the same as someone else.